I'm so happy to see many YouTube channels really calling out Sony on remastering the PlayStation 5 and calling it the PlayStation 5 Pro.
We heard your cries for new games.
Where's Bloodborne 2?
And we decided to ignore them. Instead, what we decided to focus on was PS5 Pro, the future of mediocre gaming. Please stay tuned as we continue to create things nobody asked for. The PS5 Pro, $2,000 from your local scalper.
I'm confused. Who is this for? Like, anyone who's a fan of your games already owns a PS5, and if you cared that much about graphics, you could just buy a high-end PC for cheaper, and it will probably run better. I'm here for the games, so, where is Parappa the Rapper free?
Games? Did somebody say The Last of Us 2? I said, did somebody say...
Nobody cares. Why would we pay $700 to play games that work perfectly fine already?
Hey, you...
That's a good skit, I must admit. But then again, there are some Sony fans who will stop at nothing to defend Sony. So listen to MBG as his own chat calls him out by saying, you know what? Who is going to spend $700 to remove the blur from Final Fantasy?
Seen so many saying $700 to remove blur for Final Fantasy VII. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's comical to me, right? Because, I mean, people never seem to really care about the idea of paying hundreds of dollars to upgrade a GPU that, I mean, realistically, if you have a capable GPU, a good GPU, and then you upgrade it, the returns are going to be minimal. You know, you're still going to get an improvement, but it's going to be a minor one. And I think it's just kind of comical to me that people they don't bat an eye at the idea of upgrading your GPU, but they like lose their minds over the idea of like there being an optional console that essentially does the same thing. But yeah, I've seen those comments as well, Waylar. It is kind of funny to think because, man, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in performance mode was still very blurry. It was very blurry. $700 to remove the blur filter.
It always amazes me how these ponies could defend Sony for this money grab. It's always amazing how they would stop at nothing to call even their own fans wrong and, you know, say that it's okay to give Sony their money. But enough of that. Today we are going to let's talk about how Sony is remastering everything. They remastered the PlayStation 5. Let's see how many different games they have remastered and is going to remaster for these ponies to continue paying the same games that they would have played 5-10 years ago. This is amazing. So let's look at it. Let's get it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. Before we continue the video, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to share and like. You get some great Xbox content. Of course, we sprinkle some Nintendo in there and we give you the everlasting, the ever flavorful Sony Pony Salt. So hit that subscribe button today. Now let's get back to the video. So first up, let's talk about this remaster situation. I recall not too long ago, the PlayStation community would have said that Xbox has no games. But now the table has turned. Microsoft not only have games, but Microsoft have the games, the envy of the gaming community. We're talking about Stalker 2. We're talking about Gears of War ED. We are talking about all these big games that everyone wants to play. But now Sony is giving their fans a lot of remasters. We are hearing talks of remasters of Horizon. We're hearing talks of remasters of Days Gone. And we are even hearing talks about another PlayStation Pro remaster, which is the Last of Us remaster. Another remaster. And Sony realized that they could have gotten away with all these remasters since in 2023. You all remember what happened the last year, 2023, with Sony and the remaster situation? Let me remind you about what happened. Take a look and see. Sony, the company that could sell ice and Eskimo, Sony, this company that could sell sand to an Arab. Why am I making such statements about Sony? Because when Nintendo or Xbox might have to wait 8 years to a decade to make a remaster or a remake of their legacy titles, Sony says,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
let's talk about Sony and how they are milking their fan base once again.
Stop the phony up.
All Sony fans are saying right now is,
What? We want more. What? We want more. What? We want more. We want more.
yes, Sony fans want more. Not of new games, not of gripping multiplayer. They want more remasters and remake. Let's talk about it. This is Island Gamer with Jay, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Sony fans want more remakes, and guess what? Sony's giving it to them. Let's get it. Sony had a terrible year when it comes to producing or publishing first-party content for their consumers. Right now, currently, they are in last place when it comes to the amount of first-party games published for 2023. In addition to that, they had a lot of anti-competitive or anti-consumer moves for 2023, whether it be raising their consoles or raising the price for their online service. Well, Sony's not stopping. To be exact, Naughty Dog, which is a Sony studio, they are adding to the fire or adding to the fuel that is Sony for 2023. Because although Naughty Dog would have promised a multiplayer game to its fans, which was Faction 2,
what can Last of Us fans expect in the future from you?
Thank you for asking, Jeff. So one of the things we've mentioned a while back is what started out as a multiplayer mode has evolved due to the team's ambition. They really wanted to do something beyond what we've ever done before at Naughty Dog. And we felt the way to do it justice is to make it a standalone title. And they've been working on it for the past 2 years. Ambition has grown, and we're not quite ready to fully unveil it, but we're ready to lift the curtain a little bit and just give you like an update of where we're at.
Okay, well, what can you tell us about this new standalone multiplayer game?
Yeah, so we have a concept art that we want to show. But what I can tell you is that this game is big.
Okay.
It's as big, and you're going to see a lot more of this game come next year.
Lie again. Lie.
So yes, it seems like Naughty Dog lied to its fans if the rumors are true. So instead of creating this brand new multiplayer game, Naughty Dog decided to remake or remaster another Last of Us game. This time, Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. Understand what's really going on here? Sony, they are geniuses. They were able to sell the first Last of Us on the PlayStation 3. Then, just a year after, they remastered that for the PlayStation 4 and sold their fans it again. Now stick with me here, it gets even crazier. Then after, Sony came out with the Last of Us Part 2 that released in 2020 on the PlayStation 4. Soon after that, they made a remake for Last of Us Part 1 for the PlayStation 5. After that, they made a port of that remake to the PC. Soon after, the new rumor is that they are going to make The Last of Us Part 2 for PlayStation 5, a remastered version. This is crazy. Sony are geniuses. If they have cows to be milked, Sony is milking these ponies because this is crazy. They are selling the same game for more than 10 years. Well, I knew ponies had a sickness, but I didn't realize that the sickness turned gangrene. This is a sickness. Yes, and I mean, who could blame them? According to the sales, The Last of Us as a franchise has made more than 37 or sold more than 37 million units. So it is making Sony mad money. And there is no fan that is saying anything about this. They are not saying that they are playing the same game just with a little higher graphics, a little higher frame rate. I just don't understand it. But let me hear what you think. Do you think that we are in for The Last of Us 2 Remaster, The Last of Us 2 Remake, The Last of Us 2 Director's Cut, The Last of Us 2 Turbo, The Last of Us 2 Champion Edition, The Last of Us Alpha Omega Supreme? Oh God, I can't take it. Hyper RB, Remix of Dawn Omar. There are so many more Last of Us coming. Ponies really have a lot of games to play. We could see a clear roadmap now. And that roadmap is filled with remakes and remasters. And you know what? These ponies are saying absolutely nothing about it. They are enjoying it. And this year, well, that was last year. Well, this year we have even more rumors about, a remaster or a remake. Because Horizon is being reported that it's going to have a remaster. Yes, Horizon Zero Dawn. Listen. According to Game Radar, they are saying Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered leak just 7 years after Alloyed original open world game. Again, prompting the question, how soon is too soon for a remaster, Sony? The listing, which appeared on the USA's Entertainment Software Rating Board this morning, is for Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, leaving little to the imagination about what Guerrilla might be planning for its Robo Dino open world RPG debut. Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster is listed by the ESRB for both PlayStation 5 and PC. That's not too surprising given Sony's recent push for PC release, which saw Horizon Forbidden West arrive on PC earlier than this year, less than 2 years since the launch of in 2022. The original version of Horizon Zero Dawn had also made the jump to PC in 2020, 3 years after it launched on the PlayStation 4 in 2017. Still, Sony hasn't traditionally gone day and date for its single-player PC ports, so it'll be interesting to see whether that changes here. So let me get it straight. So Horizon Zero Dawn released in 2017, then they released a PC version in 2020, and now they're going to release a PlayStation 5 Pro version in 2024 together with another PC version of the same game. This is ludicrous. Not only that, but don't you guys see that Sony is constantly putting out Horizon games? Look how many Horizon games are out in the market. Horizon Zero Dawn. Soon after, they had Horizon Forbidden West. That didn't stop Sony there. The Horizon train was going. Then we had Horizon Burning Shores. After Burning Shores, they said, you know what? Let's do another VR game. Horizon Call of the Mountain. After that, you know what? Let's do Horizon in Lego form. Horizon Adventures. How many Horizon games are Sony going to give these ponies? These ponies are just quiet about these things. They are not asking for new experiences. They are not asking for new games. All they are telling Sony is this.
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's in here?
I don't care. Don't tell me.
No, I'm going to tell you. 2 ingredients.
Remasters and remake.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
Protein.
I want 17 with a bottle of sauce.
There you go. No sauce. Bye.
Yeah, good luck.
These ponies are smoking cement to think that this is great content that Sony is giving them. Wow! But it doesn't end there, guys. It doesn't end there. It only gets better, because there is a new report stating that Sony is going to remaster yet another game, and this game is not as well known or as loved as Horizon Zero Dawn. Wow, look at this. So, according to Game Rant, they are saying that a remaster even less exciting than Horizon Zero Dawn could be announced for Sony. Now, they are saying that this announcement will come in the state of play that Sony would be having, the rumored state of play that Sony would be having very soon. But it just goes to show that Sony don't care. They don't care about what their fans are saying that they need to remaster some of the older games like Resistance, Fallen Man. Who could remember Killzone? Who could remember Infamous or Infamous Second Son? Wouldn't those games appeal to a wider array of, let's say, Sony fans or even new gamers? But no, Sony insists that they should remake Last of Us for the 15th time and Horizon for the 17th time. I don't know what's going on there at Sony, but if these ponies will say nothing about it, I love it. Let me know what you think about all the remasters happening here today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.